Did we eat some of the elephant today?
We did.
Did we nibble on his ears?
Yes. Last week we shared that we just completed our bus parking pad and started wiring up the 12-volt electrical in our bus ceiling. We've got fire-resistant 1/2-inch conduit.
And this is El Cato. Neither Don nor I are electricians, but Don's dad is. So although we do not recommend anyone tries to wire up their own electrical without help from a professional, we knew we wanted to do it ourselves so we would know where every wire on our bus was and how they worked.
Wish us luck, because we've never done anything like this before. This was just the beginning of our month-long journey trying to wrap our head around electrical wiring. Ran out of wire really quickly. So we did a good estimate about how much more wire we would need and then ordered 2 more 100-yard spools. We've only got a few wires strung up right now, and it's getting chaotic very quickly. We lost my diagram that had notes, so we're going to start over. Got our wiring diagram for our 12-volt lighting, and this time we're going to use what the professionals use, which is these little stickers that goes onto the actual wires so that we can label onto the diagram what the stickers correspond to and hopefully have everything clean and organized, because like I said, it's getting chaotic already.
Yay, stickers! And finally, I found a job that I do better than Don. Peeling little stickers off with my little hands.
Had some detailed labeling because we want to be able to very simply go in and know what wires go to what. So we've got special designations for switches, special designations for our lighting, and then our power supply has its own designation as well.
Overhead lights. So on this, and we can tape these together. These are going to be A. There's no A's?
Sunny numbers. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc.
Really?
9.
That confuses me.
Originally had a plan to do circuits A, B, C, and D for all our 12 volts. Got our sticker book. Unfortunately, there's no letters in there.
So Don came up with a new system to label it just with numbers.
Planning ahead sometimes doesn't do you as good as you would think. What do you think about your stickering job?
It's fun. You need little fingers for these little stickers.
It's not an exact science. Gonna get some close-ups of this stripping action.
Stripping action. Yeah, baby, sign me up.
So now I got a bunch of wire connectors. Now, when I do this for the final version, I'll use some clamps. But for now, this is just hold everything together so we can make sure and remember where everything's supposed to go. Otherwise, it's going to get real confusing. Now we've got our bedroom circuit, and now we're going to get it over and make sure it's cooked up to the switch and labeled over here. In my diagram, I have 6 lights in the bedroom. Now we got to plan out roughly where the bedroom lights are going to go. We do 12 and a half.
Nope, we're having fun. We're having fun. You're not allowed to be grumpy.
All right.
So we just marked an X on the ceiling for where our bedroom lights will go. Good evenly spaced out, the first two and the second two. But then we couldn't put the third set of lights in an even spot because we've got an emergency hatch here, so these ones are a little bit closer, but that's okay. You have to go between the beams where you can.
Now we got designated areas, we gotta figure out how to get the wires to the lights. Wonder how long it takes for electricians to get fast at doing this. Or maybe there's some special tool I don't even know about. I'm just doing it like a monkey would do it. Alright, now I'll show you how to strip it. Let's take this separated out. Use this biggest one on your thing.
Why are you getting shots of me failing?
It's all a learning experience. Ta-da!
It. You know what a motorbike is in Gaza?
No.
Easy 222.
It's a 222?
Easy 222.
Oh.
All looks very confusing to me. 1 1 2 2 1 2 3 2 2 2. But Don says he understands and he knows what's going on, so.
Well, it's all labeled on the notes. So we got a photo of the notes just in case we lose it like we did last time. Managed to get all the bathroom overhead lighting, the mirror lighting, the side LED lighting, all the bedroom overheads, closet overhead lighting, and my office area overhead lighting all wired together.
So that just leaves the front of the bus, kitchen and living room. Piece of cake. It gets pretty hot and stuffy in there. You start going a little crazy. I start going a little crazy.
I'm too far gone crazy to notice at this point.
Did we eat some of the elephant today?
We did.
Did we nibble on his ears?
Yes.
Is it dinner time yet?
Yeah, it's dinner time.
I'm so hungry.
Alright, let's go eat. Today is bring the cat to work day because she was really wanting to come outside with me. Are you having a good time on the job? You just love plastic, don't you? Stop looking at that plastic. Before we finish it up, got a light up here hooked into the circuit, and I'm just gonna use the 12-volt battery charger to see if it works. Let's try it again with power. Alright, that means that my wiring for the bathroom light works, which is exciting because I've been following that same method for every place we wire up the lighting. I'm still gonna have my dad check it for me. You got a helper there?
Yep, I got a helper. I think you're missing the point of the trash bag, but you can't sit on top of the trash bag, sweetie. I'm gonna put stuff in it.
Did she burn?
Yes.
I think she likes bringing your cat to work day.
She sure does. I'm not sure she's going to help things go faster by any means. She might just slow everything down. But she sure is happy. Oh, she's never been happy when you pick her up. Look at her, she's just staying. So we figured out where we want our 6 overhead living room kitchen lights to go.
We wanted them centered, so we got some measurements and made some marks on our insulation so we know that that's where they need to go when we put the ceiling up. I'm thinking we maybe want to put more lights up in the front. We want to have some lights for entryway lights so that when you walk in, you'll be able to flip a light on and see the steps in the stairway. Maybe you want to run another set of lights out just for that.
We are attempting to wake up earlier and get into the bus earlier to beat the heat.
The last week or so, it's been about a heat index of 120. That's mostly because of this horrible humidity. If you've never lived in the Midwest or the South or in a rainforest, you might not know how oppressive the humidity can feel, especially for us since we spent the last 20 years in a desert.
We're marking off where the lights are going to go and the ceiling. Our switches, we're just kind of marking off on the metal frame right now where we're going to have the switches. Bathroom overhead 111 and numbering them too to correspond with the numbers on the wires. So organized.
What do you think about this organization?
We need it. That's what I think. I'm gonna double check it too.
Closet switch 233.
Yep.
22, 22, 22, 22, 22, 22. Bedroom overhead switch 222.
Do you remember what Izzy 222 means?
No.
That was what thing I was telling you when we did the bedroom. Izzy 222 in Xhosa is a bike. A motorbike.
Okay.
Izzy 222. Except we're out of wire again. Had no idea how much wire it was really gonna take, and so we're out of wire, so have to order more and complete that another time. There were a couple furring strips we couldn't put up, the last two at the very front of the bus, because there was all that crazy wiring from the original bus for like the TVs and speakers and reading lights for passengers that we don't need, so we needed to take that out first. So now that that's all out, we can put those furring strips in. Cake, furring strips done.
Going pretty smoothly. What are you doing?
I'm tidying up. Because we're tripping over everything. There's so much crap. So we've been having problems with mice, right? They were getting into like the front bumper area and in the front luggage bay. We put out some traps and we ended up catching mice every day. This is no good. We don't want to just catch mice and kill them. Then we got this stuff called fresh cab, which is a bunch of different herbs in a little bag that looks like a tea bag. It is designed for campers, and I guess it's what truckers use to keep the mice out. But it did say on there, don't put the traps in the same place because the traps are attracting the mice. They're smelling food, so they're coming to eat it. Regardless of the fact, they might not want to make their home there because the fresh cab smell they don't like. But the traps are attracting them. They want to come get that food regardless of the smell. So we got rid of our traps, but now we don't know how to know if the fresh cab is working. So we're gonna open it up. The one time before we had traps, we did open it up and I saw a mouse run away. So we're gonna open it up and see if we see any mice. I don't know how we know though. If we don't see any mice, does that mean it's working or they're just not there right now?
I don't see any mice droppings.
Good, no signs of mice.
That's a good sign.
Oh, there's our fresh cab. It's hard to tell, huh? I didn't see any mice go running.
I don't see any mice dropping, so that's a good sign.
Need to bring the cats outside, do the cat test.
Yeah.
See if they can smell them.
Peppercorn and rodent repellent.
So what do you think? How do we know?
Smells nice.
Yeah, does smell good.
Hopefully the mice aren't here.
So when it was bring your cat to work day, there's a lot of sniffing around here. Pizzicato did some sniffing. Oh, look here. That's a mouse nest.
Yep.
Okay, I mean, I don't know how long that's been there, but...
Maybe I should vacuum it up.
Yep.
Who knows, it's so filthy in here.
How do they get everywhere?
Other than that, I don't know what else we're going to be able to work on today, simply because we've got all these projects that are waiting for another project to be done, or for the humidity to go down, or for it not to be wet.
Or for the pots to arrive.
Parts to arrive, or for it to not be so damp and humid out. I don't know what we're going to do.
Videos, we're gonna edit videos.
Oh yeah.
We have hours and hours of footage to sift through, but we try not to bore you, so we do go through it all and edit it down dramatically so that it's interesting.
For example, one of our last videos that we just finished was originally 4 hours long.
But it would have been really boring.
Extremely. It would have been so boring. So we edited it down completely to about 16, 17 minutes. If you're enjoying our videos, we'd love your support. We have a Patreon page where you can help us continue to create videos like this. We also post bonus content like real-time updates,
behind the scenes videos, and extra content that is not shared on YouTube.
So I've learned some exciting things about electricity. My dad, who is an electronic technician, is walking me through and making sure that all of my wiring is correct. It wasn't. And we got almost all of it right except for the most crucial part, which was the switch. and I wired all my switches wrong. I don't understand electronics. There's a positive and a negative, so I'm running all my positive on my red wire and my negative on my black wire. But for the switches, you just ignore my red wire and my black wire. You just dedicate the two wires to running back to your switch to interrupt the signal for the circuit to be complete. And if that's confusing to you, then you know exactly how I felt about half an hour ago.
And just touch that brass if you don't mind.
Okay. Okay, so that's on and off.
Whatever you do, don't stab me in the hand with that screwdriver. If you do, I'll have to go to the hospital.
So we've got 6 overhead lights that we're going to have in our living room, overheads, and what we wanted to do is be able to flip all the lights off right as we exit the coach, the bus, and as we walk back to the bathroom or where our bedroom's going to be, we wanted to be able to switch them off there. So we had to use a two-way switch. I didn't quite understand it. Luckily my dad knew all about it, wrote out a diagram, and showed me how it works. Flip that one, and I can turn it on. Oh, I can turn it on. And can you turn it off? Yep. And I can turn it on.
Excellent. Yay!
Get a light with it.
Oh.
I wonder if there's any drawback to using standard 120 switches like this, because it's working. Is there anything that's going to stop us from using regular house switches like this one?
You have to look. Some say AC only, some say AC/DC.
Okay.
And there's a specific voltage associated with switches
Okay.
too. So, yeah.
We had almost completed the overhead wiring. And we were reminded how lucky we are to have Don's dad's help in this bus bolt. We've started bringing our cats into the bus with us as much as possible now, in the hopes that they'll leave enough of their scent to scare off the mice. Wait, Daisy, really not a shot.
We just needed to fix the switch wiring, and our 12-volt wiring in the ceiling was complete.
Well, Don said I didn't have to go up on the roof for a little while, so we didn't. But now he says I have to go back up on top of the roof today.
Today we're going to try to install our roof rails. This will be where we mount our solar panel rack as well as a rooftop deck.
All was going well, and then this happened. But we'll share that with you next time.